playing Journal Jam today. For those of you who don't know, Journal Jam is an opportunity to get out of your comfort zone, use prompts in a way that might create something really different for you. For example, who ever thought that I would create anything that looked like this? This was from our very first Journal Jam. Um, I'm working on a version of Tamara Laporte's Protection Warrior in my signature elongated face style. But I'm just going to flip the page and start a whole new page for our Journal Jam. Is everybody ready? I'd be really curious, excuse me, hiccups. I'd be really curious to hear who's painting along today. Who's painting along and who's just here to hang out? Because both those things are perfectly acceptable. So for those of you who have not seen this before, this is my lovely little treasure chest. It is full of, oh here, I'll show you. It's full of this. These are all little prompts. Some of them are words, and some of them are instructions, or like, do this thing. So the words are tiny. They're little tiny slips of paper like this. But the prompts are hidden because they're folded. So I can't see what they are. Okay, first prompt. Make it a good one. Make it a good one. That's a kind of a nice start, eh? So blue. So I'm going to go ahead and flip the razor down. Obligatory shot of my cleavage before we begin. There must always be cleavage. I think that's good. How is that? Is that good? And does someone want to track the prompts for me? That would be wicked awesome. Just track the prompts for me. So Journal Jam prompt number 1 is blue. I'm going to put that aside. So blue. So I feel like I want to start with a dark blue, and then I'm going to work with a metallic. So I've got this Pebeo high viscosity iridescent blue. It's called iridescent green blue. And then I've got this Prussian blue hue. So I'm going to put some dark and some lighter blue in different opacities on the page. So I'm going to start like this. All right, so those of you who are on other platforms, please come and join us in the Wilderhood at the watch party. I am not checking comments anywhere else because it's too hard for me to keep track. So we've started our journal jam for Monday 20, and our first prompt is blue. So could someone type in number 1 journal jam blue, or journal jam number 1 blue, something like that. Something along those lines. All right, and now I'm going to grab where's my towel? There it is. So I can make sure that all of my brushes are clean when I'm using them. I will spray a little bit of water on here. So those of you who don't know, Journal Jam is just a way to get yourself out of your comfort zone. God, look at that. The color makes me want to, like, I'll be in my bunk. And it's just a great way to at least start a page, right? So you're not always doing the same stuff, because I don't know about you, but I'm always doing the same stuff. So this helps me stop with that. It's also a super fun activity to do with friends, because you can video chat from your own studio, pull prompts. So there's a PDF that I've uploaded. It's in the files section. Just pull prompts. So you pull a prompt, and you guys work on it for a while, decide when you're done, and then your friend pulls prompt, and then you see what you end up with. Now, it's fun, like, to actually see what the other is working on, but it's also fun if you don't show what you're working on until you're done. That's also really fun. This is giving me life. You guys obviously are welcome to play your own music during these jams. I tend to go quite quiet when I'm working on these. I will watch the comments, but I suspect that many of us are actually painting. So there's not a lot of conversation going on. All right. I just want to grab my sidekick here. No wasted paint for this girl. It is not a turquoise. It is a iridescent green blue from Pebeo, and it is Gorgeois. A giant F and a giant U. I see it. I see it. That's hilarious. Yeah, sometimes these the beginnings of these backgrounds feel like super like ink blots. So I can definitely see where you would see that. Hey, does someone want to go post in Moonshine that I'm live with the link to the watch party? Also post in VOD, please. That would be fab. Things in them, and then I feel bad. Hey, do you need space? Oh, I'm gonna use, which is just a thing I feel like doing because I have all this heavy viscosity paint on here. Look at that. So that was just an urge. You need space. Sidekick here. Let's get this sidekick. All right, I'm going to dry this. But before I do, I'm just going to pull Journal Jam number 2. Drip edge. Oh, that makes me so happy. Oh, yes. All right, so I'm going to dry this first, though, because the Pabio paints are high viscosity. They've got quite a dry time, so it's just going to be better for me to get this dry. I think that's dry enough to manage some drippage. I know. Shh. Do not speak to me about it. I gotta pick my battles, dude. So I've got acrylic ink by Liquitex, iridescent bright silver. And just so you know, my cough is nice and productive and wet. It's not a COVID cough at this point. I'm drinking vodka soda, Elaine. Cheers. Little vodka soda. So I've laid my towel down so that I can get the... Here, it needs to be a little bit less sticky-uppy than that. Sticky-uppy is a technical term. Can't be sticky-uppy. Yeah, it is quite hard. But, Tina, if you lay down a lot, like scribble, 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 because I have done this, and then activate it and press your brush into the pigment while you're holding your book up, you can actually get some drippage. So I'm going to start by just putting it on the edge. I'm not going to go all the way across. So I'm just going that much across. And then I'm going to grab a nice juicy brush. And I'm going to go across the top with the wet brush. Hey man, I admire you for trying. Like, seriously. There you are, unlimited supplies, not at home. And here you are in Journal Jam. That's pretty freaking epic if you ask me. So I like to get the drips going, and then I'll come back in and swoop some of the acrylic ink up back into the top edge. I also take a look at my drips and see like which one is actually working for me and which one isn't. Sometimes I'll just sort of move them in a direction I want them to go, like that. Sometimes I'll spray them, let them disperse a bit. I think I'll do that now. Drippage. And now you're not going to be able to see me doing this because the book is held up, but I'm just going to play a little bit with my fingers along the very edge. And anywhere where the ink is kind of congregating, I don't want it to be a big puddle of ink. I want it to practice a little bit of social distancing. I want my ink to be single file. Single file ink, please. I want something darker on there too. Move this to turquoise. Didn't you guys know I'm a little bit of a comedian? And that one I'm going to bring right across the page. All my life going to spray that and let it do its thing. All my life. Oh yeah, baby. I want to lick it. I'm gonna bang it, which gives it a little bit of a jagged drip. It's also gonna shake the fuck out of the table. Sorry about that. If you guys have children, please remember I am a swear bear. I do my best not to use the F word during lives, but of course it's me. So that can get a bit, you know, I have a like NC-17 rate, unless you're cool with your kids hearing the occasional F-bomb. All right, I'm going to dry this, and while I'm drying it, let's pull Journal Jam number 3. Pardon me. And Journal Jam number 3 is scrape paint with a gift card. Do you think my catalyst tool would count? It's the same poop, different pile, right? If I used a catalyst tool instead of a credit card or a gift card? Fuck that, no swear today. Yes. Okay, Journal Jam number 3 is scrape paint with a gift card. And I'm going to put / or other scrapey tooly thingy. Okay? So scrapey tooly thingies. Any scrapey tooly thing. I should edit the PDF and put that in there. These inks are notorious for not drying, especially if they're puddles. So I'm just going to sort of gently... Oh, that's pretty good. All right, why don't we grab a fluorescent yellow, a fluorescent orange, and some zinc white. Let's see what kind of coral we can get. That's the thing, right? Journal Jam, the prompts are just meant to like get you moving. That's it. So if you're like journal jamming and you're like, I'll use a scrapey tooly thingy, but I'm going to use it this way instead of the way that it's suggested. So I've got a palette knife here. I'm just going to mix up a coral. This gives me both a color contrast and a value contrast because it's a beautiful light color. Okay, and what I'm feeling for this scrapey tooly thingy. That's my new favorite word. Scrapey tooly thingy is my new favorite word. Is you see these ridges that were created by the catalyst tool? I kind of want to grate the side. Whoops. See, I can't see because I'm fucking blind. Of course, just when I was like about to work up the courage to go get my cataracts looked after, everything's on lockdown, and that's not going to happen anytime soon. So I'll just slowly go blind over here. And I'll have no one to blame but myself. Follow me. That's kind of fabulous. And I want to break all this up here. I think I'm actually going to do like a waterfall of that. I think a little bit of this orange just as is, but thick, so that it'll actually like, ooh, I know. No, I'm gonna just sort of stamp with a paintbrush. We're on prompt number 3, which is scrape paint with a scrapey tooly thing. I scraped, but I also added some lines. I feel like I want to do this. I don't know if that's turning floral now or what. You guys should see the octopus my daughter just painted. My God, it's the most gorgeous thing I've ever seen. It's just, it's so intricate. It has all these gorgeous tentacles and suckers on the tentacles that she went completely bat crackers doing because it took her forever. I'll do this on the opposite side with the same stamp shape. You don't have to do a thing but listen to me sing. The one you knew. Ooh, I like that. Ooh. Don't stop. All right, obviously we're getting into mood journaling mode here. Anyone who's watched my mood journaling classes know that what happens when I'm doing those is I just start to mark make like a mofo, like just marks everywhere. And I spiral around and around the spread, and it's very energetic. It's very much a release for me. Love mood journaling. Just gonna do that. Just pop that little bit of light over that. All right, scrapey tooly thingy. I'm still on scrapey tooly thingy because I'm not in love with this. So I think I'm gonna scrapey tooly. See what happens. I like that way better. Oh yeah, baby. All right, a little bit more of this fluorescent orange. So I can get just a thicker bit of that going as a waterfall. All right, and that needs to dry, so I'm gonna pull the next one. My darling Josh, there is a file in the group called Journal Jam. It has all these prompts that I'm using. Guess what I get to do? I get to use my Stabilo All pencil. Journal Jam 4. Use a smudgeable pencil to outline something on the page and smudge it out. I get to use my Stabilo all. I get to use my Stabilo all. That makes me super happy. Can someone please type number 4? Journal Jam. Use a smudgeable pencil to outline something on the page and smudge it out. First, though, we're going to dry this because the layer queen in residence here likes to dry things between layers wherever possible so that I don't make mud. And the Stabilo all would like really interfere with how bright this fluorescent orange is. All right, let's see how that feels. That feels pretty good. So the specific instructions for this prompt is to outline something on the page and smudge it out. Sarah, my darling, someone is trying to join Moonshine. She is a student. She paid this morning. Would you mind going and letting her in when you have a quick moment? Because I know you're admin over there. Messy Buckets. She may be just trying to get settled in before she joins the live. So the specific instruction is outline something, but there's no something on the page right now that's like a specific something. So I'm just gonna look at this and throw I think I'm gonna smoosh in right up against this part. So this is gonna give like a bit of a drop shadowy kind of effect. So for those who don't know this pencil, it's crazy amazing. It is a Stabilo all pencil. It works on everything. Is there anything over here that I want to... like this hit of contrast against that really light color. Thank you, darling. Now she's trying to get into Witches of Wonder. She's doing the rounds. Doing the rounds. Getting all settled in. Alright, and it said smudge it, but I am the queen of my art journal. So instead of smudging, I'm actually going to smoosh. This just adds delicious, delicious crunch. Laura's here. Ugh. Ugh. Sometimes art journaling is better than sex. That definitely counts as smooshable and smudgeable. So I'm definitely enjoying the contrast that I'm getting there. This little area here is just like, ah, I want to lick it. All right, let's let this dry. 5 was use a scrapey tooly thingy to add some paint. So gift card, catalyst tool, whatever you want. And 6 was use a smudgeable pencil and to outline something and smudge it in. I didn't really have anything to outline. There was no focal image happening on this page. Okay, bear with me, guys, because for the sake of aesthetics, there's something I want to do over on this side. So I'm going to put some more of that blue-green that I've been using. Is 5? Okay, we haven't had 6 yet. All right. I just want to put some of this blue. And then there are areas here. Yeah. Just break up that bit of what feels too grungy right now. Just gonna break that up with these abstract stripes. Yes. This, oh, yes. Yes, baby, yes, yes. At some point, this will become a squad. Hey, my music stopped. Why did my music stop? That's not fair. I must have hit the button. Add a leaf. All right, for that I need to go into my drawer because I think I'm going to use a mask. And I'm going to go for seriously bourgeois, drop dead, oh my god, touch myself contrast with copper. I do have like craft paint copper. Nice dark craft paint copper. I think that'll work. I was going to draw that leaf, but I've changed my mind. It's going to echo in behind, which I like. I like the idea of it echoing in behind. Hi, Laura. So lovely to see you. So I need a stencil tool thingy. So this is going to be a maze. If I can get it to do what I want it to do. So I'm going to do the craft paint copper first. Ooh, it's my song. And then I'm going to use the light copper because the light copper is going to give me better coverage. It's just going to look super pretty. It's almost like an antique gold, if I'm being honest. Let's just really light it up. Let it go. Oh. Look at that. I want to do that. No, what I want to do is just bring this paint out. Like so. Like this fusion. Yeah. There is really no average, my darling. Sometimes I'll use 6 or 7. Sometimes I'll just keep going. Last jam we did I think 6 prompts or something like that. I'm starting to excuse me. I'm starting to get into that mode where I'm like, okay, I see what this is trying to become now, and I could probably work without the prompts, but I'm good to keep doing them. See, and at this point, this coral is starting not to work that well for me. I'm starting to not love it. So I'm starting to think about a glaze. I'm going to let this here dry, and then I'm going to throw down Quinn Nickel Azo Gold over top of the coral and orange and see what happens. It's just going to make it like a much more traditional color instead of this modern coral color. We'll see what happens. We'll see how I like it. Yeah, I like that. I also like how over the blue-green paint. It's turning kind of green. And if you lose the coral and then you think to yourself, I really wish I hadn't done that, bring it back. All good. It's all good. That needs to be unclogged outlet. Yeah, I like that better than the coral. I want to leave this area of blue entirely alone. Yes, Elaine, the Journal Jam prompts are in under files in the Wilderhood. All right, let's give this a dry. And then I'm actually going to come back in with the mask in place and just some kind of outline. It was just paint on top of an iridescent blue. So it was nickel azo gold, fluid acrylic from Golden. Let me grab that leaf and make sure that I'm getting the right impressions down here in the bottom. So I just did the patina, or sorry, did the glaze, which is just a thinned, transparent layer of paint over top of that iridescent blue. It's gorgeous. Very careful lifting this because this Sakura glaze pen stays wet for a little while. I'm just gonna come up the other side. Oh yeah, baby. And along this side, like right here. Now, too much space. I'm gonna have to make that just a little smaller. It's one of the great things about the Sakura glaze is it goes on really wet and it has a bit of a dry time. I'm doing this journaling along this side because of the way it's going to create a sort of a delineation between the blue and the copper. And then I'm going to do the word heart, like just really super elongated. How pretty is that? Then I'm going to thicken that. I think I'm starting to move out of Jan to tending, which is just happens. So there was a prompt for goals. So I'm just going to look at this and see where those could go. Yeah, circles is the next prompt. I don't know if it's the last prompt, but it's the next prompt. I'm sort of moving into tending now, so we'll have to see what happens there. I like the idea of those happening here. I think I'm actually going to be like super bold here and use black. No, I'm going to go back to that Prussian blue. The gel pen wasn't prompt, it was just an impulse, so I just outlined the leaf. This is a tea light that I'm dipping in our Prussian blue here. Whoops, wax. It worked out the way I wanted it to. Let's try that again. I really want it to like grab the like really pointy here and then stop just like that. But I am going to use it. All right, this is trash now. This was just a tea light. I like to get multiple uses out of things. Yeah, I'm gonna put another leaf down here. I'm definitely intending, guys, so I'm not gonna pull another prompt. Oh, happiness. I want to do that again. So I think that was journal jam. I think now I'm in total tending phase here. I just want to etch some leaves. Should I do side-by ones? Yeah. This is actually a clay sculpting tool, but it was sold as a mandala daughter. I use it for etching. So very multi-purpose little tool. I also use it to unplug my paint bottles. It's a little bit of Sakura glaze on there. It's left over from when I did the writing a little bit too big. Well, I love it. Little using my gel pen. Obviously, this turned into, after the prompts, just a mood journaling sesh, because mark making is definitely what I do when I'm just doing mood stuff, you know. This is where I'm at. I think that's all my heart wants. Yes. So, journal jam. was number 1, blue. Number 2, drippage. Number 3, scrapey with a scrapey tool. Number 4, I think was use a smudgeable pencil. Outline something and smudge it. Number 5 was add a leaf. Number 6 was overlapping circles. And then I did some tending in order to take this where I wanted it to go. Now, this might not actually be done. Right now, I feel really kind of complete and satisfied, and I'm enjoying looking at it. But at some point, I may come back to it and decide that it needs more or wants more, maybe more contrast, maybe more text. Really loved this. Something I want to play with more, with maybe a bigger lid. I might actually do one up here like that, where it just goes across like that. But I'm not going to do that right now, because I have been here for a little minute. Maybe get my face. There we go. All right, my loves, that was Journal Jam for Monday, March 23rd, 2020. Thank you so much for joining me. We will be back here every Monday in the Wilderhood at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the duration of social distancing for as long as I am able. Announcements will go out through my email list if you would like to sign up for that. The list for that is floating around. It's on my website at effiewild.com. You can find my newsletter sign up there. All the lives do happen in the Wilderhood so that I can communicate with you guys in one spot. And I really, really appreciate you being here, and I really, really love having this kind of connection during this really scary, difficult time. This is beautiful. Is it not beautiful? Love, love, love. I'm probably going to do more with it. We'll have to see. But for now, I'm pretty satisfied. Lots of love. Ciao.